What's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. Before we begin with today's video, I just wanted to let you know that we started a new series on the second channel. Oh my god.
Run!
What? Oh my god, there's something behind me. Woo! Skinny blade boy! Plasma cutter? Not scared of any of you idiots. Before I could only run away, but now you're all getting clapped. Oh! Woo! Boy! What do you think you're doing? Gonna make an early exit, idiot. Bye-bye. So, if you guys haven't already checked out the second channel, the link to the channel will be in the description box below. Be sure to check it out. It's a lot different from what we usually do on this channel. Things different than Legends. It's not horror oriented, but for now I'm doing a couple horror games just because I never played horror games. They're completely new to me, and I figured it'd be an interesting experience for all of us to all experience. You all get to hear my screams and whatever. So if you guys want to go check that out, link in the description below. Now, let's jump into some Legends stuff. Take us back to like, what, a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. Regen was running rampant as one of the most annoying teams in the game, and why do you think that was? The reason being was they had two units that had not only reduced damage when they swapped in, they were highly defensive, but they also had healing. Double healers is what really made Regen really annoying to deal with. Well, cue to today, we can basically do that same premise, but potentially even worse. We can run triple healers. So for the team, we have Zamasu, Goku Black, and Mai. We got 3 healers there. Although Goku Black is a little selfish, he's only healing himself. But on the bench, we have Future Gohan, and Goku Black again. This team is pretty gnarly. We got 2 units there that have a strong passive against the most dominant tag in the game right now, being Sans. And then you have Mai there, who has incredibly fast draw speed for getting Rising Rushes, reduced cost for pretty much everything, tons of debuffs, and the most annoying green card in the game. You combine all these things together with friggin' Goku Black dealing additional damage once he gets hit, and you're asking for a really annoying team. I'm a little surprised that a lot of people haven't been running this really. So hopefully I'm not shooting myself in the foot by bringing this to light, but let's jump into some PvP. Alrighty, here's the first match of the video, going up against the God Key team, which is absolutely appropriate because Goku Black and Zamasu have their passive against Saiyan units, which, as you may know, the God Key is basically encompassed of. Obviously there's Whis there, but I think Mai can handle little Whis here. So we start out with a Ki Blast here. I always love it when people start out their matches with a shoulder tackle, just because it's such an easy way to gain priority by using a Ki Blast card. I wonder if in future patches they're going to be changing it so that the shoulder tackle can get there first before the Ki Blast. I wonder if they're going to do that. Swap into Goku Black here. We're doing some really good damage. Now, regardless of who he swaps into, because Goku Black is purple, I will definitely be having the advantage here. And there's Mai showing off why she has the most annoying Greed card in the game. Just being able to swap out like that, charge your Ki, draw a couple more cards, gain your Rising Rush already and stuff is ridiculous to me. But the crazy part is because all these units are future, you get the full benefit of what Mai can provide and whatnot. You know, them gaining the additional Ki, them all being incredibly defensive, you know, the healing and all that. It just, the whole thing compounding on itself makes this team absolutely deadly. Very, very scary. Doesn't help that, you know, Goku Black, when he swaps out, your opponent loses 20 Ki, which is a correction I'm making in my previous video because I think I said 30. But not only that, but the unit that just swapped in gains a huge buff for dealing additional damage, like 30% or something. So, you know, you have this defensive unit that not only can completely flip the switch and be a dominant offensive unit once he takes a little bit of damage, but he can also buff the remaining units when they swap in. So with everyone being relatively really well defensively, having their own heals, you know, you swap into somebody, they can just deal additional damage, they can heal off and go back to square one, and the fight starts all over again. You can keep chipping away at your opponent, and in the end you'll win. In the war of attrition, you'll probably win. Zamasu's second life, Mai's team heal, Zamasu's team heal, Goku Black self heal because he's selfish. Like, It's crazy how much damage he'll do. It's so versatile against all these teams. We just showed you, or well, I just showed you what it's like against the God Key team. Now, what about androids? You don't have that passive going against any of these units because no one's a Saiyan. How will they fare? Well, because you have Zamasu to counter one of the strongest androids in the team, and you have Mai to give you type advantage against Android 13, you're still going to do incredibly well, as we're demonstrating here. Now, the only thing that kind of stinks is because you're using a wide variety of defensive units, you're going to be in it for the long haul. Like I said, it's a battle of attrition here, and they're going to be very long matches. They'll draw out to the end because you're just going to be chipping away at them, and yeah, you just got to keep chipping away at them until you defeat them. Look at that. We do additional damage because we swapped in. Now, regardless of who it is, he can do all the damage he wants, but he'll do his entire combo. I will basically heal from it, and then I can fight for priority once again. Not only that, but being able to save myself from a Rising Rush because of Zamasu's second life, incredible. It's crazy. Honestly, I'm not even concerned about this. Like, one of the most annoying things in the game right now is just how easily you can lose a unit because Rising Rushes are given out like crazy. They're just given out in like the first 10 timer counts of a match. If you're smart enough to make sure that it's Zamasu who takes the Rising Rush, then there you go. You just avoided dealing with one of the most annoying aspects of the game, being that Rising Rush. You know, look at that, gaining key, being able to get my blue card there. It's such a fantastic team. Once you look past having to deal with a Rising Rush, now you can use a Rising Rush against your opponent, and if your opponent's not running a team similar to this, then you took out one of their units, and the battle of attrition, you pretty much are going to win. They lost a unit, you still have 3, you can still heal. You know, people are getting buffed left and right as you swap out, they reduce damage when they're coming in. It's crazy. It's a very good team. There's nothing really to worry about here. Now, the only unit that I'm concerned with is probably Cell, because Cell has the Feint, Cell has the Saving Vanish, Cell has that annoying green card. He's the only unit I'm probably concerned about here, so that's why I'm holding on to this Rising Rush. This is why I'm happy he swapped into him. Absolutely perfect. And because they gain priority, regardless of who he swaps into right here, they're probably going to die. If he kept the Cell, Rising Rush is going to kill him. I have Zamasu here, and we're type neutral. He brings in Android 13, and he's dead. Mai has type advantage over him, and everyone else is going to deal some really good damage. So in this case, he brings in Android 13, and he's dead. There goes his hat. Now, because Android 13 is out of the way, I don't have to worry about Zamasu taking too much damage now. I can just throw in Zamasu to take out Yellow Cell. Now, of all of them, the only one then that'll have type advantage against somebody on my team is Android 15. And I mean, like, why would I be afraid of that avocado, that vegetable? I'm not even going to be worried at all. The dude, I'll just hit him once and he's dead. All these units are able to hold their own. Now look at this. Cell is so strong, but because of, you know, the future team's general tankiness, just by their buffs alone, there are so many future units that you can orient it towards being more offensive oriented by making the buffs just prioritize dealing more damage, or defensive oriented. Like you can swap in, let's say on the bench, the Super Saiyan 2 Trunks that increases future blast defense if you really want it. Like, it's all up to you on how you want to orient this team. It's so versatile. Look, we didn't even lose the Masu. It's great. Bring in the Mai here. I'm just baiting out his sidestep right there. I wasn't even worried because the second his combination is over, I'm just going to bring in Zamasu and he'll deal some fantastic damage. Look at that. I almost lost Mai. Oh no. What am I going to do? Oh wait, I have a team heal. Isn't that nice? Look at that. Inflicted additional damage here. Do a little crappy charge step. And look, heal. Do some additional, you know, look at that. It's perfect. Well, now we can take another combo. It's great. There goes his, you know, there goes his chance at winning. If he Rising Rushes somebody, then that's okay. I have a unit to throw away if I really wanted to. But in terms of the war of attrition, it looks like the future team beat out the Android team. There we take out the final unit. The only crappy thing is going to be the duration of the matches, I will admit, because as you see, all these matches are taking at least 120 timer counts, but it is what it is. Now, the third and final match, what a perfect team to showcase this against than the future team, the most prominent team you'll find. Let's see how well they do against the most dominant team in the meta right now. Now, if your opponent is starting out with a blue Gogeta, you have Mai to deal with him, depending on who you want to start with first. If they have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, then guess what? You have Zamasu. Now with Vegito, you have Goku Black and Zamasu that can both do fantastic damage against him with their passives. Look at this. He's doing great damage, and he's a defensive unit. It's perfect. Hoping for one more card there, but it is what it is. Just go for a tap attack. Bring in Goku Black, vanish real quick. Now granted, it's not the most like hard-hitting damage in the world because they are defensive units, but honestly, it's still great. You're just gonna win this war of attrition. It's perfect. The combination of all the debuffs between all the units, the self buffs, the healing, the second life, just everything makes this team so good to use and also so annoying to deal with. So annoying. I was hoping that the Super Vegeta was going to swap in there, so I kind of just waited a little bit, but that's a risk you're going to be taking. I done goofed. I switch into Zamasu here because he's so defensive that if he Rising Rushes him, okay, he'll take out Zamasu. Zamasu's second life. If he used his ultimate ability, he's not going to kill him. I have 100% faith that he's not. And the nice thing about this is no one on his future team right here has type advantage against Goku Black, but Goku Black having his nice passive and his decent stats allows me to pretty much take out any of these Saiyan units here. And because we get it off, all is fine and dandy. Look at that, it's perfect. Bye bye Blue Gogeta. Now I don't have to worry about Zamasu coming out. I was really hoping I could have caught him sooner, but for some reason, you have to wait timer counts for cards to be ready. It's very strange. It relies on the clock on the top left for when a card is ready. And it's doing really good damage against Goku Black, because, I mean, what can you do? It's Super Vegito. Super Vegito will do fantastic damage to anybody, but we got team heals, doesn't even matter. Goku Black is back into fighting shape. Bring in Zamasu here. I have another team heal if I really wanted to. We can sustain even longer. He heals, but that's okay. I know his plan is to use the ultimate ability and try to take out Zamasu, but I already know what your plan is. And you know what? That's another thing. All these green cards. Goku Black's main ability gives you a green card. If you wanted to play around that, you can save it for mine. Keep your assault going. You know, once you have priority, use the green card to, you know, take some time to gather more ki, more cards, whatever. Perfect. It works really well. Now, unfortunately, Mai has to die here. I mean, what could I do? Between Zamasu and Goku Black, Mai is the one that would probably take the L here. Now look at that. Look at this damage. It's great. You thought this dude was tanky? Well, let me show you something, pal. We got someone else that's even more tanky. It's great. I love it. And we still have... I kind of hate those things when it's... when it prioritizes you sidestepping instead of you swapping out. Always gotta be careful about those things. Look at that. I had another team heal, so I went ahead and used that, and Goku Black is ready to fight again. Still doing really good damage. Really good damage. But he has no vanish anymore. The war of attrition, we are winning. And with that, I already have another Rising Rush, which is great. Mai farmed out the first one really quickly. And because I already got my first one really fast, I'm already on, you know, course to getting the second one right away before my opponent even gets his first, or his second rather. The race, the war of attrition, we're winning, and the race for Rising Rushes we're winning as well, which is quite nice. So we take out the red Vegito, and that is okay. 2 mil is actually really good. Now here's Vegito, we swap in, get priority, which is nice, do some damage. Try to bait out his sidestep there, so that's all gone, which is great. Unfortunately, Goku Black, we have to lose you. But that is okay. What can we do? But look at that, we still have... I'm pretty sure we never used our second life, which means we could have still kept this fight going. It's a great team. You guys should try it out. Actually, no, don't try it out. Please don't. I don't want to fight this team online. But anyways, that's the third and final match of the video. Guys, check out the second channel for the Dead Space playthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned something new. Actually, no, I hope you learned nothing. Please don't use this team. Until next time, peace.